Sometimes the hardest part of racing at the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb is just getting here. Last night, we did late night testing on the car. Ended up, the team never got any sleep at all. The top section is very different in character from the rest of the climb. And at the end of those sweeping curves, when you go back up, the road is terrible. And they've made a real effort, done a lot of repaving, made it mildly better, but it's still, I mean, it's almost like a banging around. And it's tough to decide on setup between the bottom section where the curves are smooth and the road is smooth, and the top section where the road gets really rough for the last several miles. There's a danger of actually like bouncing off the road or breaking off parts. And that was the biggest thing I was worried about this morning, was I was worried about our fantastic new aerodynamic devices, especially the ones mounted under the car. We have these kind of skirt things, and there's some really cool, sophisticated aeronautical tricks going on underneath the car that you can't see, that are made out of carbon fiber and that don't like slamming the ground, and there was some of that going on. So for the second run, we raised the back of the car because the only real damage we saw was in the side skirts. And they're near the back tire, they're hitting the ground hard. And the team was worried that the carbon fiber would wear right through. And I was worried because when it hit that, the car would bounce off the bump and the rear of the car would actually come a little bit in the air, it felt like. So there's a lot going on these bumps. Absolutely the toughest part of the track is figuring out how to absorb all those bumps and still have good handling on the rest of the track. Because our aerodynamic devices, like that floor underneath the car, the diffuser in the back, and especially the big splitter, that big tray sticking out in front of the car, they all need to be close to the ground. The closer they are, the better they work. All this was going through my mind. I don't want to break parts. Ben said if we break that under tray, we don't have another one and we're done. So we raised it. We actually stiffened up the compression damping on the shocks to try to reduce the amount of travel. And I know race car guys, you're not supposed to hold the car up with compression damping, but that's all we had right now. And those bumps are big. Second run, far better. The back hardly even touched. There's three things we're working to optimize. We're working on heat related and braking related and battery related. And there's like a trade-off between the heat in the battery and the heat in the brakes because of regeneration. So Unplugged Performance and I are working on ways to keep batteries, brakes, and the whole performance cool and use the heat energy in the right places at the right time to make us as fast as possible going up that hill. Tomorrow we head back up that mountain again at 3 a.m. and we're going to run the lower section of the course, and it's qualifying. It's smooth. I think it's going to suit the car better with the setup that we have. I know I love that section. It's longer, and I can't wait to give it a shot and see where we end up.